We are live. Welcome back to another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. My name is Nicholas Earle. I'm joined here as always by my brother Tim. And today we got more Stanley Cup playoffs. 4 games in the NHL. We get Carolina, New York. We get Florida, Boston. We get Minnesota, Dallas. We get Edmonton, LA. We get 3 more games in the NBA. I believe it's Atlanta, Boston, Cleveland, New York, and Denver, Minnesota. I'm looking at one play in the NBA potentially. We'll take a look at all 3 of those games. I think I'm more interested in the first one between Atlanta and Boston when we get to it.
Okay.
And then we get a full baseball slate as well. But before we get into today's games, before we get into today's slate, we'll take a look back at what happened yesterday. One right, one wrong in the world of sports betting. It started off well. I started off 1-0. And then it all went down from there. I had the Red Sox first 5, which was a winner. And then for baseball, I had the Angels first 5, which gave back my Boston first 5 money. And I am on such a cold streak that I took off the Padres and put on the Giants. Yeah, I got talked off of the Padres yesterday, and I put on the Giants. It is what it is. I'm frustrated about that. But went 1-2 in the MLB, down 0.84 units. The NBA was the only semi-bright spot, except for one play, where I'll get into in a second. Golden State first quarter, first half was easy. That was one of the only positives of the day for me. And then I hate the NBA. I took the Clippers at plus 125, and about 2 hours later, Kawhi gets sat, and then it goes up to an 8. And I would have grabbed the 8 after the injury if I didn't bet it if I didn't already bet it at 125, and they lose. So NBA sucks. I hate these injuries that move the lines 6 points, which obviously that line move was way too much. I should have rebet the Clippers at 8, but I didn't. It is what it is. 2-1 in the NBA last night, up 0.6 units. Embarrassing night in the NHL. Lightning was laughably bad. The Devils were just as bad, as they just look outmatched right now. But this is a really good road team. I think that they are live to take 1 or maybe 2 at Madison Square Garden. That's one thing I will say is I think the Devils are still live in this series. I know they lost both home games, but this is a team that plays well on the road. The Colorado Avalanche puck line, they were down 2-0. They came all the way back. They had an opportunity of an empty net, and of course they didn't get it, which was frustrating because that lost the puck line. And Winnipeg, they were up early, and then they fell apart late, and Vegas won. So went solid 0-4 in the NHL yesterday, down 4.27 units. Embarrassing. Need to be better. These playoffs have not been good. I've had one good day in the playoffs, and that was up 0.2 units. So the Eastern Conference games I can't get right worth of anything. I think I'm 1-8 in Eastern Conference games. That being said, I've already bet both Eastern Conference games today. So hopefully today's better. Overall 3-7, down 4.51 units. So frustrated. My cold streak continues.
Yeah. Here's all of our winners on the site yesterday. Okay, cool. We had 10 plays up there. Yeah. Tampa Bay Lightning, loser. The over in the Philly game, loser. The Brooklyn Nets plus 4.5. They're down 3, 8 seconds ago. All right, they could cover. They just inbound the ball, dribble it out a little bit, and shoot up a shot. Maybe we get to overtime. Maybe hit my nope. How about a missed pass, breakaway, dunk, and they lose by 5? Go fuck yourselves. That is so frustrating. Absolutely frustrating to see. So I had the Nets money line and the plus 4.5. That was a loser. We had the Devils. We had the Avalanche. I had the Kings plus 6 and money line. We had the Winnipeg Jets and we had the Clippers. Yeah. What an absolute shitty night. Not gonna lie. NBA playoffs has been kicking my ass. NHL players has been kicking Nick's ass. It's not been pretty. It has not been good. And we have a big hole to dig out of in 2023. And we need to start getting better. I don't know what's going on. We just are on an absolute cold streak, but we're going to keep firing away. We'll have a bunch of plays up for today, and hopefully we can turn this shit around because it's really getting frustrating. Sorry, it is what it is. And we'll jump into the slate. Nick, you want to quickly go through the chat, say hi to them, and then we'll jump into today and hopefully get some winners.
2023 playoffs continue. Rangers in 5. Probably. And that probably will eliminate that. That's going to get rid of a lot of my futures on the Devils. Because I have the Devils to win the series. I have the Devils to win the East. I have the Devils to win the Cup. That is sure as hell ain't happening. Morning, guys. Had a winning day yesterday, but the Phillies pissed me off. Get shut out by the Rockies. I think they lose again today. The Phillies. And they will be someone. Rockies will be a team I'm betting. Because they are the minus 300 fade today. Yeah. Who knows? Disaster yesterday, minus 3 units. The Phillies suck. Now they'll probably win today. I mean, they should. They're minus 300 favorites. But my opinions on laying minus 300 on baseball teams. Dodgers money line, never in doubt. Did not bet that game. New Jersey killed both my parlays. Yeah, got it back with Golden State. There you go. That's all you can do. Keep at it. I had 2-week losing streak back in February. Almost gave up. Yeah, it's tough sometimes. It's just a night after night after night after night right now. So hopefully it gets better. But we'll get started in the Stanley Cup playoffs for today. That's how we will get started. There
you go. We get the Carolina Hurricanes, who are heading to the New York Islanders. Islanders minus 120, total of 5. I believe this is the first playoff game in the new UBS arena. The Canes are up 2-0 in the series after 2 very close wins versus the Islanders in the first 2 games in Carolina. Do we see a turnaround from the Islanders today?
I think if there's a game that the Islanders win in this series, it's this one. And looking at it here, this line opened up at even money for the Islanders, and now they're minus 118. I think the market's telling us that the Islanders are live in this game as well. And when we look at it here, I mean, look at last game. The Islanders were the better team in that game, for sure. They produced the more higher danger chances. I saw a stat where the Hurricanes have had a 1 high danger chance the first 2 games, or last game. They produced 2.29 expected goals, the Hurricanes. When they weren't on the power play on 5-on-5, only 1.33. This team is not producing any offense on 5-on-5, the Hurricanes. And if they aren't gifted 857 power plays today, then they are going to struggle to put up goals. I think that's just a plain and simple truth here. I think that this game probably goes under, but I don't want to touch a 5. I think that 5 is kind of ridiculous. With that being said, I did play the Islanders because I don't think this game is going to be 5-0 power plays in favor of the Hurricanes again, which is absolutely ridiculous that a game would be that lopsided for power plays. And when there are some clear missed calls, and it's been the entire. And I'm not somebody who complains about refereeing. I'm really not. I'm part of the believers of don't let the calls dictate the games at the end of the game. Be winning instead. But this entire postseason, these referees suck. Like there's been so many bad calls. Maybe it's just because I'm watching the games more, but there's been so many more bad calls. I don't see this. I don't see the Hurricanes getting 5-0 power plays again. And I think that's the pretty simple way of saying that the Islanders win this game. If there's a game that the Islanders win, it's this one. So I'm grabbing New York here. I got him at minus 114. Sorokin's numbers are ridiculous at home this year as well. I believe he had like a 1.91 goals allowed average and a 936 save percentage with 5 shutouts at home. So he's been dominant at home this year. First game at UBS Arena, I think the Islanders win and probably win convincingly.
Yeah, and I know I'm not going to go too deep into it because I'm not the hockey guy, but I did watch the two. Obviously, I was at game one. I watched the entire game two on the TV while I was capping and stuff. This is, if it wasn't for that weird deflection goal off of the Islanders' Sebastian Aho's stick, that game never makes it into overtime.
Yeah.
So it was a fluky goal. I don't want to say Canes won on a fluky goal. Canes won on a fluky goal. And a couple of missed calls and what. Never blame it on the refs. Never blame it on the refs. But there was. It's hard to win when you don't get any power plays. So
yeah.
So it is what it is. Yeah. I will say I put together my homer parlay today, and I put the Islanders on there for you. I have them with the Mets, ECU, the Nuggets, and Furia. So go Islanders tonight.
Yeah.
NHL boost: Bruins, Stars, Oilers. Oh, good. We're against 2 of the 3, right?
Yeah, I like the Oilers. I don't like the other 2. Wild are one of my favorite plays of the day.
There you go. Islanders tonight. No other bet to be made here. Fair. Islanders first period money line. Sure. On the Oilers today, back on the over in Boston. Feel like Panthers have to play wide open to win. In order for the Panthers to win, they need to score 4 or 5 goals. They're not going to win a 2-1 game.
Yeah, I think the Panthers win again tonight. We'll get into that.
I agree. Refs have been pretty bad. Saw a couple missed calls in VGK game last night as well. You're always going to see They cannot call everything.
Yes,
they cannot call everything.
But when 2 bad calls lead to 2 game-winning goals in the series to put a team up 2-0, because in game 1 there was the slashing call against the Islanders on a play where it was just literally playing defense and their sticks hit. Like that's all it was, is just normal stick checking, and they call a slash on it, and then a missed call on the high stick on Mayfield to end the game, where they literally scored 4 seconds later because Mayfield was down after getting high sticked. Yes, sorry. That is.
Anyways, we'll move on from the Islanders game. Bruins, Panthers. Bruins are minus 155 with a total of 6. Fire away. This series tied 1-1 at the moment.
And I think the Panthers go up 2-1. I don't think the Bruins are as good as they are. And when we look at the advanced numbers behind the Boston Bruins, when you looked at expected goal differential this year, they're 7th. They're 7th in the NHL. And the Florida Panthers were 6th. So the Panthers were the better advanced analytically team this year. They just need good goaltending from Lyon, which I think that we can see. And one thing that I was kind of worried about when coming into this postseason, which kind of reared its ugly head in game number 2, is Linus Ullmark someone we can trust in the playoffs? I think that was Linus Ullmark's first playoff game, if I'm not mistaken. Or I think he may have played one last year. But I need to take a look. I think this may have been his. Did he play last year? He's had 4 starts in the playoffs. He's 1-3 with a 3.59 goals allowed average and an 881 save percentage. What other year did he play in the playoffs? That would be last year, because every other year he's been with the Buffalo Sabres. So he got into a couple games last year. He's played 2 this year. He's not the same goaltender that he was in the regular season. I get it. He won the Vezina. Yes, the Boston Bruins were the best regular season team of all time. But I warned people heading into this playoffs, the Panthers are winning this series. The Panthers are playing with nothing to lose. Matthew Tkachuk's looking awesome. The addition of getting Sam Reinhart back in the lineup is huge. Or not Reinhart. Yeah, Reinhart. Bennett. Sam Bennett, my bad. Is huge. And the Boston Bruins, you saw it last game. That was their first. That was the first game where we can be like, damn, they really miss Bergeron. And who knows if Bergeron will be back for this game? He has a lower body injury. We don't know if he's going to be back. So I think the Boston Bruins are in trouble here. and that we could, obviously they're not getting swept, but we could see a repeat of the 2019 Lightning.
All I know is I still have this ticket. Just throwing it out there. I only put $2.50 on it. Don't judge. I just wanted to have it just in case it happens and be like, hey, I got a receipt saying that I bet it. Panthers 4-1. You ready for it? Nobody's ready for it.
I say Panthers in 7 for this series.
Panthers sweep the games at home and then go on. This is still a Panthers team that won the President's Cup trophy last year. I know they traded a couple pieces. This is still a team that's dangerous. I guaranteed Boston probably looks back at it and goes, man, if only the Penguins or Sabres got in. Because I feel like Florida was the last team they wanted to play.
If the Bruins played the Penguins, they would have fucking swept them.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the Bruins look at it and go, if we could have gotten any other wild card team, the Islanders, the Sabres, or the Penguins, we would have had a lot.
I think the Islanders would have been a little bit of a headache for them. I do think the Islanders would have been a little bit of a headache. Realistically, I don't know how well the Islanders match up with the Hurricanes, but I could have seen the Islanders giving the Bruins headaches because the 3 games they played against them, Varlamov played all 3, so they didn't look good, and a couple of them were on a back-to-back. I don't know. I think that the Islanders could have given the Bruins probably a little bit more of a run for their money than they'll give the Hurricanes probably.
That's fair. I know we like to throw out that stuff, but anyways, we believe in the spirit of ECU. Hopefully. Real quick, because hopefully we need to sweep this weekend. ECU needs to sweep this weekend because we can move up with the amount of teams losing games, with Vanderbilt losing games to an unranked team and Florida getting unruled and all these teams above us losing. ECU could move up to a top 5 position if we sweep this weekend. Yeah,
by the way, one more thing I want to touch on with the Panthers series here is the Panthers have been the better team in both games when you look at expected goals measures. Because last game they dominated, and game 1 they won 3.24 to 3.1 on the expected goals. So this is a Panthers team that's won both games expected goal-wise.
There you go.
And now they're back at home.
Panthers tonight too. They dominated large parts of the game well. And obviously dominated game 2. Yes, it's a Panthers spot. Yes.
I agree.
It was always the Rangers. Inexperience showing for the Devils. Rangers in 5.
We'll see. The Devils are a damn good road team. That's one thing I'll warn you about.
And Earle is convincing me. Yo. It was a good night, but not a great night for Joe. Panthers can definitely win the series.
Absolutely.
They play hard and fast. If they tighten up defensively, they will be fine. I'll say, if the Panthers get by the Bruins, I think they have a legitimate shot at getting to the Cup.
The Panthers?
Mm-hmm.
I
would be the winner of Tampa and Toronto.
I think
they had a lot better of a chance against Tampa than Toronto.
We saw what happened last year when Tampa, Florida played in the second round.
Yeah, but at the same time, and I feel like this is very, very similar to obviously how I thought Gonzaga would be. Florida was the number 1 team last year. Nobody was better than them. Now, they're kind of just going under the radar. I think that's very dangerous. We'll see. Cats full season shot differential is crazy.
Panthers are a good team. They are a good team.
We're not selling the Panthers off. I think they have I think they win the series.
All I heard heading into the series was Boston in 4, Boston in 5, and I'm one of the only ones that said the Florida Panthers are legitimately can upset.
And the thing is, you look at all the teams who had the best records in their sports history. How did they do? 2001 Seattle Mariners didn't make the World Series. You had the New England Patriots who went undefeated, lost in the Super Bowl. You had the Warriors who went the 73-9. Yeah, they lost in the finals. None of the big teams ever win the championship. You saw the 111-win Dodgers last year. What did they do in the playoffs? They won one game.
They won one
game.
Regular season success does not mean postseason success. That's pretty plain and simple. And the Lightning have proved that the last 3 years.
Yep. Dallas Stars and the Minnesota Wild. The Wild are, the Stars are, it's a pick 'em. 5.5 the total. 1-1 in the series. Minnesota took the first game. Dallas took the second game. What are you going in this one?
Well, Minnesota opened up as a plus 104 dog in this one. Now they're minus 105. I'm going to be on the Minnesota Wild in this game. And this is kind of the way I mapped up that slate was I bet the under first game because I didn't really know what to do with the side. I like Minnesota in 7 in this series. I think the Minnesota Wild win this series in 7 or 6. But I had whoever won game 1, the other team wins game 2. So I played Boston. I played Dallas minus 1 game 2, and I'm flipping sides here. I'm on the Minnesota Wild. I'm going to be on the Minnesota Wild in this game on the money line. And this is a game where I have Minnesota winning game 3, Minnesota winning game 4, Dallas winning game 5, Dallas winning game 6, and Minnesota winning in 7, or Minnesota winning in 6 there. I see this as the home teams win the rest of their games. That's kind of the way I view this series. So I am on the Minnesota Wild here in this spot. This is a Energy Stadium that's the right. No, XL Energy Center. Wow, that a different energy. Where Minnesota plays pretty well at home, and I like the Wild in this spot. So I'm grabbing the Wild. Plus, I saw a stat. Shout out to Minnesota Wild fanatic Terry Edelman, who gave me the stat that in their history, they're 9-2 in game 3s, which I mean that's not a bad stat because most of the time they're heading home for those games. So they're a team that definitely shows up in game 3s. I think this is a spot where they do the same here. So I'm going to be on the Minnesota Wild today at a pick 'em price.
Getting wild today.
We're getting wild today.
The Wild are one of the teams I'm high on for the playoffs. I'll be honest. They're one of the 4
And
teams
honestly, the way the Colorado Avalanche have played in this postseason is not inspiring.
I will say where all my futures started off, because I have 4 futures for the NHL.
They all suck.
Islanders, Minnesota, Toronto, and
Vegas.
Toronto and Vegas. Toronto and Vegas both tied it up at 1-1. Better. A lot better. I know we're guns both on the site. You're fading all my futures. It is what it is. Minnesota tied at 1. The only one that looks like crap is the Islanders. So I like this Minnesota team. So yeah, I'll be on Minnesota again.
Yeah, 3 of my futures or 2 of my futures are done 2-0. 2 of them are tied 1-1, or 3 of them are tied 1-1. Edmonton, Colorado, and then Tampa, New Jersey, and Islanders. So
there you go. Rangers versus whoever to get to the Cup in the East.
I disagree. I think the winner
both have a chance.
Here's the thing. If the Hurricanes make it past the Islanders, I might take the Rangers in that series. And that's because I just don't see how Carolina's going to produce offense. Because they're without Svechnikov. They're without Teravainen. I mean, they've been without Pacioretty all year, but that was somebody who they brought in expecting to make a difference. And when you look at this Carolina Hurricanes team, what did they do during the trade deadline? They got Shane Gostisbehere and Jesper Puljujärvi. Jesse Puljujärvi. Which is not the way you should upgrade your team heading into the playoffs. And I think that's going to come back to bite them. Whether it's the series against the Islanders, which I highly doubt it, or it's the series against potentially the Rangers, or if they come back, the Devils. So don't count out the Devils yet. I think, the Rangers have a pretty straight shot to the Eastern Conference Finals if it's the Carolina Hurricanes, honestly.
Yeah. Hawks plus 12. I think you should just grab the normal spread.
Where are you finding a 12? There are 5.
Yeah, you probably cheesered that or whatever. Minnesota, parlay. So you like the Twins again too? Oh no, you like the Timberwolves. Yeah, no, you could screw off. Not kidding. No, Denver today. Let's get this money. Let's do it. As long as it's not flour, it shouldn't be.
Yeah, I haven't placed the wager yet. I'm waiting for the Gustafson confirmation. Because I'm not going to bet the Wild for Fleury to be confirmed. That's not going to happen.
Okay. Are you able to go through the chat real quick? I'm doing something.
Yeah. Another toss-up It won't be. It won't be Fleury. Yeah, he needs to hang it up. Yeah. Gas station sushi in the house. Islanders versus Hurricanes. Total drop from 5.5 to 5. Any thoughts? It's an under or nothing for me. I think if you like the under in this game, let's take a look at what this line is. And I may sound biased, maybe. I would look at the Carolina Hurricanes team total under in this game. 2.5 minus 115. Where's the scoring coming from with this team? Unless they're given 8 power plays again. Like, where's the scoring coming from this team? Their 5-on-5 numbers have sucked this series. Offensively, they're not doing anything. So would I be surprised if the Carolina Hurricanes put up 1 goal today? No. So I think their team total under 2.5 is worth a look. If you're looking at the under, I don't want anything to do with the 5 because I can easily see this game being 2-2 as well. And the best you could do is push. So I would look more towards the Hurricanes team total under rather than the full game under at a 5. I don't touch 5s. That's just me though. Well, with Terry and Friends sounds like a cartoon. It sounds like a sitcom.
Yeah.
Good morning, gentlemen. Good morning. Rangers own the Canes. If it's Rangers Canes, I'm taking the Rangers. I think that's pretty plain and simple. I'm really hoping for it. If we're gonna have to watch the Rangers win, this series, can we at least get a Battle of New York in round 2? I think a lot of people would love to see Islanders Rangers for 7 games. Cash yesterday with Curry 35, my only play. There you go. Rays in the over. I have played the over in the Rays game, and we will get to that. I like the conversation. I like right now that I have nothing to do after this show, so I have time to talk things out.
When I will repeat at 1, so
yeah, I mean, fine. Well, you'll be fine. But this is the type of shows we're gonna have during the summer where I have no class afterwards, and we'll be able to talk things out like this. Tarasenko has been a beast since coming to New York. Yeah, he was a good addition. That guy said, if you have to add,
sorry,
if you have to add that many points, you might as well take Boston -5. Yes, I think if you like Atlanta, you take them early. And we'll get into that at the end of the show. We're starting off with hockey, going to baseball. Then
I just moved them up. We're doing NBA second.
We're doing NBA next. Okay,
it's a short slate.
Fair. Clearly, you feel like it may hit. Yeah. If it's old man spring Fleury, I'm going over. If it's Fleury, I'm taking the Stars. That I will flip sides if it's Fleury. Take the Wild either way. I like the Wild today. Yes, I'm sorry, Richie. I know you're a Stars fan. I like the Wild today. I like the Wild in 7. That's the way I like the series. So hit the like. Appreciate it, Richie. Oilers will win tonight. I like the Oilers. I'm going to look at the Oilers -1. We'll get into that next. Old Minnesota versus new Minnesota. I like this Minnesota Wild team. I do. That's why I picked them in the series. Yeah. We'll move into the last playoff game for the night, and then we'll head into the NBA.
Yep. The Edmonton Connor McDavids are -150. They're against the LA Kings. 6.5 is the total. The series is tied 1-1 after a Kings 4-3 win in game 1, and then a McDavids 4-2 win in game 2. Nick, McDavids and Kings, what do you think?
Yeah, you joke around saying McDavids, but I think he's only scored 1 point this series.
Oh wow. Okay.
I'm gonna confirm that here, because in game 2 the goals were scored by Derek Ryan, assisted by Draisaitl and Nurse. Draisaitl scored, assisted by there's McDavid and Bouchard. And the third period it was Koskinen, unassisted, and Kane, assisted by Draisaitl. In game 1, it was in the first period Draisaitl, assisted by Janmark. Bouchard, assisted by Ryan Nugent-Hopkins and Zach Hyman, and Leon Draisaitl, assisted by Evander Kane. Oilers are tied 1-1 in this series. They've scored 7 goals, and McDavid has 1 point. 1 point. The Oilers are going to run away with the series. If they're getting contributions. Obviously, Draisaitl is carrying the load right now, but they're getting contributions from Evander Kane. from Matthias Janmark, from Derek Ryan, from Clint Koskin. They're getting depth scoring. That's what they need right now. And that's exactly what they're getting. I like the Oilers in this spot. -1. You can probably get a decent price with it here. Let's take a look. I haven't bet it yet, but I'm going to be on the Oilers in this game. -152 and +170. I don't think that's a bad look. +107 for the Oilers -1. I think they're very live, I think that this is a game where obviously they're very live. Yeah, they're favorites. But I like the Oilers -1 tonight. I think that this is a game where they're going to take care of business. The Kings have been good this series, I will say that, but they're not going to limit McDavid to 1 point in 2 games the entire series. That's just not going to happen. This may be the game McDavid goes off. Like, this very well may be the game McDavid goes off. So I'm looking at the Oilers here in this spot for me. McDavid, no goal. Actually, it's not a bad look, but I see him bouncing back and actually scoring.
Sorry, I was muted. It's a pick 'em for him not to score a goal. -111 for him not to score.
Huh.
Yeah. So Edmonton money line and McDavid no goal +220. Love to see it. Love to see it. You know what? I should probably here. I'll come back to this. I'm gonna add no goals to a couple of those teams and have some fun with it.
That's kind of weird how you do that, though, where you'll bet a team to win, but a certain player not to score. And it's like their star player. Like you're expecting.
Yeah.
You're expecting them to win without a contribution from their best player.
Exactly.
Kind of an interesting thought process.
Nobody ever does that. So
no. I've always seen people give out McDavid anytime goals. I've never seen someone saying McDavid's not going to score tonight. Because usually the odds for a player not to score a goal is not a pick 'em. Like that usually doesn't exist. So I mean, with the way McDavid's played in this series, I'm not gonna say no to that. Only scoring 1 point and hasn't scored a goal in the playoffs yet. He hasn't scored a playoff goal yet.
This is fun. I'm actually gonna do this for all the games. Hold on. You go through the chat, and I'll have them all ready.
Yeah. He's saying Oilers under and Draisaitl. Don't hate it. Draisaitl's been awesome. If you're looking for an anytime goal scorer, Leon Draisaitl. And if you're looking for a point player, Evan Bouchard. I gave this out during the live stream the other night with Dave and Pimp Slap. Evan Bouchard. Point. That's somebody that if I were betting props, I would be betting that. Back in the Wild with Flower and net is a dono. It really is. Both teams are better on the road. Yeah, Edmonton on the road was really good this year. That's where you found a value betting the Edmonton Oilers was on the road this year. Yes. Edmonton -1. I'll rock that. Absolutely. Marner has been better since the playoffs start. Marner, yeah. We usually say the opposite. Marner doesn't show up in the playoffs. Usually. So maybe if they get contributions, they can pull off the upset. Or, I mean, it's not an upset. They're favorites over the Lightning, but they may be able to. Yeah. Give me the Connor McDavids. Yeah. Not the same McDavid as last year, but he has, coming into the playoffs, they were clearing house. Oilers and under 6.5. Don't hate it. Is it Skinner versus Copley? I think it may be Korpisalo. I think that's why they brought in Korpisalo for him to start these playoff games. Yeah, it's projected to be Korpisalo and Skinner, which all the goalies are likely, except for Alex Lyon's the only confirmed goaltender. Ranta, Sorokin, Omar Lyon, Ottinger, Gustafsson, Skinner, and Korpisalo. Those are the projected goaltenders for today. But yeah, it should be Skinner and Copley. They are way more offensive on the road. Yeah, they are. Yes, Copley, Skinner. Under in Boston, Florida, and Islanders -1. I can see it. I like Florida, so I kind of lean towards the over in that game because I think they are able to. I think they're able to score in this game. I don't mind the Florida team total over either. I think that's an interesting look. Vegas giving those odds on McDavid 1 goal is like Is them only taking 5 from the Bruins don't lose twice in a row. Let's feed into that narrative. Panthers money line. Can easily hit the assist. Yeah. All right, it's an odd year. Yeah. A lot of Leafs don't show up at playoff time. The Leafs don't show up at playoff time. And we'll see that in game 6 and game 7 in this series, like they do every year. They'll win a couple playoff games. They don't get swept. They don't get bounced easily. They fall apart in game 6 and game 7 when it matters the most. If McDavid starts scoring tonight, that under, it looks a lot less appealing. Yeah, if McDavid actually starts scoring, not only does the under look less appealing, but the Kings look less appealing. Corpy is good. Corpy's been good. I like the addition of Korpisalo, and I think if they win this series, the Kings, they can win a couple of rounds. Sir Mitch Helen Keller, race the Jolly Roger. Yeah.
Here we go, Nick. I got them all. Islanders and Horvat, no goal, plus 142. Unfortunately, all the ones that are anywhere close to. There's no good Islander no goal people, so Horvat was like minus $3. Florida and Kachuk, no goal. Minnesota and Kaprizov, no goal. And Edmonton and McDavid, no goal. All of them some nice plus money for you. Let's get it.
Oh, boy. Okay.
I only have to hit 2 of them. Oh, besides if I hit the Islanders one, I have to hit 3 of them. That's not the point. No, I only have to hit 2 of them. Only have to hit 2. Let's jump into the NBA.
Yes, we
have. Just in case the show runs late and I have to go to Bet Win Repeat.
Yeah, which we should be fine. We have 2 hours. We have 2 hours, Tim. We went through.
Oh my God! Never mind. I keep forgetting. Higgs is at 12 and Bet Win Repeat's at 1.
Breaking news. I'm on Bet Win Repeat today as well.
That's right. It's at 1 o'clock. I was thinking it was at noon for whatever reason. I'm an idiot. I'm sorry.
We know you're an idiot, but that's beyond the point. Boston Celtics are at the Atlanta Hawks. Minus 5.5 is the Celtics. Total 228.5 in this game. I'm looking potentially at this game. I don't know whether or not I want to get involved with it. Let me get up line moves for the NBA here, and we will get into it. We have the Boston Celtics. They opened up as 4.5-point favorites. They're now 5.5-point favorites. That 4.5 to 5, though, was moved within 3 minutes of the opening line on BetOnline. So at 9:12 last night, it was 4.5. At 9:15, it was 5. So really, since then, it's moved up half a point. 94% of the tickets and 96% of the cash is on Boston, and the line's only moved to half a point. I was expecting that line to move a little bit more. 49% of the tickets, 76% of the cash is on the over. The line's moved up a point. So that makes sense. Let me get up NBA first. Let's get up these first quarter, first half stats. I want to see what the Hawks did during the regular season. The Hawks were a really good first quarter team, 41-36-1. They were one of the better first quarter teams. The best first quarter team in the league this year, Tim, ATS wise, it's the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Yep.
And then the Grizzlies, Bucks, Bulls, and Wizards. For the first half, the Hawks were not as good. Where are the Hawks? First half, the Hawks were one of the worst teams. First quarter, the Hawks were one of the better teams. I'm thinking that down 2-0 in the series, the Hawks come out early. And I'm kind of leaning towards either first quarter +1 or first quarter money line for the Atlanta Hawks in this game. It's kind of where I'm thinking to go here in this matchup. Don't know if I'm going to go ahead and bet it, but I think the Hawks first quarter is the look here in this game.
I like the Hawks. The Hawks are the Titanic. I'm going to go down with the ship. I backed them game 1, didn't win. Backed them game 2, didn't win. They're starting to sink. I'm going down with the ship. I'm taking the Hawks. It's a kind of a similar scenario as last night with the Nets. I figured, hey, it's going to be a close game. We'll see how it goes. I also kind of lean towards the over in this game, and it's kind of moved up a little bit. 228, I just feel like is too low of a total for a Hawks game. Although the 2 games in the series so far have both gone under. 220. One was a 225. The other one was a 211. I kind of feel like this one could go over the total of 228. I may end up adding that because the Hawks are not good defensively, and they do a lot better offensively at home. So this would be a spot. I like Atlanta. If Atlanta was going to win one game in this series, it's at home. So give me the Hawks plus the 5, and we'll roll with that.
I might look to grab the Hawks later.
Sir Mitch Keller raised the Jolly Roger. Yes. If Tampa Bay gets a chance to close the door on them, definitely betting Leafs team total under 1. Sheesh.
Yes.
Chuck hasn't scored anyway. That's fine. He was like minus 160 to not score a goal.
Yeah, by the way, I do want to touch on that. Yes. In every elimination game, like throughout the entire playoffs, if it's only round 1 or whatever, if the Lightning have a chance to clinch the series, you take the team total under a half for the team that the Lightning are trying to eliminate. I hit a couple of really big scores last year with that. I remember game 4 of the second round between the Panthers and the Lightning. I cashed 12-1 on the under half for the Panthers team total because that he shuts out teams in the elimination games. That's just the way it is. And I think he gave up 1 goal against the Leafs and 1 goal against the Rangers in those elimination games.
That's fair. Kachuk hasn't scored anyways. Hey, perfect. That's fine. Horvat is the best plus money. I thought it would have been Barzell. Barzell, no goal, and Islanders money line would have been minus 130.
Barzell's more of an
plus 130 instead of plus 142.
Barzell is more of an assist guy anyway. Like that's that his goal his game is not as much goal scoring as he is a playmaker.
The thrill has been different after injury a bit. He may need to get warm up his legs. Yeah, I saw that. I'm like, yeah, that seems about right.
Also doesn't help when he's getting cross-checked 800 times in the back.
That's true. Celtics minus 5.5. No. Celtics are nothing. No. Just like the Sixers yesterday, 4.5. The Celtics won by 10 plus 2 games, and it's still a 5 or 5.5 or whatever. And let's be honest, the Sixers got lucky to cover that game.
I think the Sixers sweep. Like I said, pre-series, I wish I bet it.
Yeah, I wasn't going to lay 4.5 points on it because I thought it was too short of line. I don't know if I could take Hawks spread. That's fair. Boston and 4. That's fine. That's fine. The Hawks have a hard time beating Boston. Haven't been in some midseason. They performed bad against the Celtics. Hawks won 3 out of the last 10, only covering like 1 of them. That's fair. I'm going to take my shot with the Hawks. It is what it is. Let's go to this game, Nick.
Yeah, we have the New York Knicks. They're taking on the Cleveland Cavaliers. The Knicks are 1.5-point favorites in this game with a total of 211.5. Low total, but I mean, with the Knicks, I feel like that kind of makes sense. Let's take a look at where the line has moved in this one. It opened up at New York -1. It's gone up to a 1.5. It was a 2 at one point, but it has come back down to a 1.5. Line opened up at 212. It's now down to a 211. Taking a look at where the money is coming in on this game here, we have 56% of the tickets, 76% of the cash is on the Knicks. The line's moved from a 1 to a 1.5. Makes sense there. 72% of the tickets, 93% of the cash is on the under, and the line's moved a point down, which makes sense to me. I like New York to win the series. I know you're on the opposite side of that. I think New York's a legitimate team that can make it pretty far. I had a free entry into a bracket challenge for the NBA. I picked the Knicks to the conference finals. So, which I know sounds crazy, but I could see the Knicks going a little bit of a run. I lean Knicks in this game. I think it's New York or nothing for me. I know you're on the opposite side, but it's New York or nothing for me.
I like Cleveland. And I feel like the Knicks are one piece off. I think they need to go out and get one more piece, and they can make a deep run. They're running into the best defensive team in the NBA. That's the problem with them. Is Cleveland's the best defensive team in the NBA, and it's going to be hard for them to score points. And we've seen it. Even the game that they won, they only scored 101. And then they scored 90. So this is a Cleveland team that's very stingy, and I could easily see this one being another under the 211. I may end up adding the over in the Boston game, over in Denver, and under in the Cleveland game. I think this is another one of those defensive games, whereas the first one to 100 points wins this game, and I think Cleveland wins this one like 101 to 96, something in that range. I like the under, and I like the Cleveland Cavaliers at plus money in this one.
I almost took Knicks futures, to be completely honest. So that I'm higher on this.
Even if the Knicks win this series, it's Milwaukee in 4 or Milwaukee in 5 maybe. I just don't think they have enough. I think Cleveland
Milwaukee makes it past Miami.
I think Milwaukee makes it past Miami, no problem. I think the one game Miami got, fine, whatever. I think Milwaukee's still in 5. I think Cleveland will give Milwaukee a bigger fight than the Knicks will.
Fair.
Back to the chat.
Yep. Oh, Tim disappeared. Yeah. Under says Markel. Cavs money line, ugly under game. It could be an ugly under game. We'll move into the final one here. Denver Nuggets are 2-point road favorites against the Minnesota Timberwolves. Total of 222.5 in this game. Let's take a look at where the line has moved in this one here. This line opened up at a -2 for the Nuggets. It did get up to a 2.5 at one point, and there's been buyback, and now it's back down to a 2. Line opened up at 223. It's down to a 222. As we have 80. No, that's money line. We have 66% of the tickets, 46% of the cash is on the Denver Nuggets. The line's really not moved. I mean, I can understand. 34% of the tickets, 54% of the cash is on the Minnesota Timberwolves. So bigger bets coming in on the T-Wolves here at home as a dog. I would look, if I had to get involved with this game, this is another first quarter look, I think. I think this would be Timberwolves first quarter for me, mainly because we've seen this before, and I forgot where I saw the stat, but like the ATS record of teams down 2-0 heading home in the first quarter, first half are really, really strong, which led me on to the Warriors yesterday, first quarter, first half. Would I be surprised if I had Minnesota first quarter, first half today and Atlanta first quarter, first half today? Those could be my plays in the NBA today. But with that being said, I don't know if I'm getting involved with that. But if I am, it's the T-Wolves early for me. I think the Nuggets win this game. Tim. But I think the Timberwolves come out early. That's kind of my thought process behind that.
Nuggets in 4. I think the Nuggets win this game. I don't think it's close. The line went down because they're on the road now. And I know I've seen the short lines and everything. I think this Denver team is the best team in the NBA. And when you're getting the production that you're getting from Murray right now, who had a 40-point game, you're getting production from Gordon, you're getting production from Porter. It's not the Jokic show. Now, if I watched the first 2 games and you saw Jokic drop 37 points, 14 rebounds, 12 assists in like both games, and it was all him, maybe I look towards Minnesota. But it's not just Jokic right now. He doesn't have to do everything. He's not doing everything, and this team is winning games. This is a Denver team that in this position right now, the way that they're playing right now, I don't know if anybody beats them. And it's kind of the deal of if they're going to be using everybody, there isn't a weak spot on this lineup. And not to mention, what wins NBA championships, Nick?
Depth.
The depth and the bench. The bench has been phenomenal. The bench has been absolutely phenomenal, especially with defending national champion Christian Braun. He's been phenomenal. So this is a team that is just playing full out right now. They're not. It's not 1 or 2 people carrying the load. and that's going to be the most dangerous type of team when you're getting more production than your top two guys. Give me the Nuggets. I think they win by double digits tonight. This is a dangerous team. Very dangerous team. 2 wins down, 14 to go. Go Nuggets. Go the Nuggets. I think the T-Wolves are the play. Oh, wait. First quarter better than full game. Yeah, if you're going to take the T-Wolves, take them first quarter. Don't take them full game. Nuggets future looking good right now. I have a ticket. I will say I'm biased. I have a ticket for them 20-1 to win the championship. So I do have a ticket for them. Might go correlated, parlay, win, and under in the Cavs. That's not a bad option. I like the Wolves due to a home wins against the Nuggets team this season, but playoffs are a bit different. I play the points. Is anyone hurt on the Nuggets? No. Nobody's hurt on the Nuggets. Everybody's good to go. Ah, shit. Look what the dog brought in.
But can I point out one more thing that's a little bit of an argument on why I think that Minnesota could be an interesting look in this game? Denver went 36-7 at home this year. They were the number 1 seed. They were the best team by far at home in the NBA this year.
Yeah, I know. Oh, they're second best behind Memphis.
19-22 on the road this year. 19-20. They are the best team in basketball at home. They are a subpar team on the road.
Yeah, but you're going up against a Minnesota team that was even 500 this year.
Does that scare you for later in the playoffs, though?
No, because in a lot of those road games, you had players sitting out. So, no, I'm not worried about it. Not at all.
I just wanted to touch on that real quick.
Wings money line tonight.
Good luck.
Lenny.
I know that play won't lose. I promise you it won't lose.
Why are we taking the Wolves? We're not. Yeah.
I might
do that.
I actually might.
You see how they playing, and you think Ant-Man dropping 40 again? No, I don't think Ant-Man's dropping 40 again. Wings money line. There's some WNBA today? No, there's no WNBA today.
Do the Wolves do the Nuggets look too easy?
No, I don't think so. Because a lot of people might see that 19-22 record. And there was only, an 8-point spread, so it swings 6 points. No, that makes sense. I mean,
we're arguing it. I'm probably going to end up landing on the first quarter, first half. That's probably the way I'm going to be.
But I'm not betting against the Nuggets. Yeah,
I have Nuggets futures as well, so I am high on this Nuggets team. Yes, I think so. I think I'm going to take first quarter.
I took full game because that's what I think.
I think I want first quarters for these for those 2 games that I like.
That's fair. Let's head to the Diamond, Nick.
Yeah, let's head over to the MLB. The LA Dodgers are $1.55 favorites against the Chicago Cubs. 9.5 is the total in this one. And let's take a look here at where the lines move. Let's take a look at all that fun jazz. Let me get up the line movements. I am totally prepared. All right, this line opened up at minus 145 for the Dodgers. This line's dropped a little bit since I've bet it. It is now minus 149 for the Dodgers. It was up to minus 160 at one point. Total opened up at 9.5 minus 110. It's gone up 5 cents to minus 115 since the opening line. 74% of the tickets, 82% of the cash is on the Dodgers in this game. 58% of the tickets, 66% of the cash is on the over in this game. The lines move towards the over. Lines move towards the Dodgers. I did get involved in this game at a much worse line. I got it minus 156 and plus or minus 105 for the minus one line at minus 131 for the LA Dodgers. These two teams just played each other, and they just saw Drew Smyly. And that was the game where Drew Smyly absolutely dominated them. That was, I believe, the game where they were plus 200. We cashed a nice little plus 200 ticket on the Cubbies in that game. He went 5 2/3, gave up 1 earned run on 4 hits, 2 walks, and 3 strikeouts. He looked good in that game. I think the Dodgers get to him today. And the Chicago Cubs team, I liked them heading into the year. It feels like they're overperforming a little bit right now. I think they're going to be good. I don't think they're 11-7. So, but I see this as a Cubs team that will come back down to earth a little bit. I'm not a huge fan of Drew Smyly, even though we did back him last game. I think he gets hit up a little bit here. I like the Dodgers in this spot. I think we see something from Drew Smyly similar to what we saw against the Reds on opening day, or in his first start, where he gave up 6 earned runs in 4 2/3 innings pitch, rather than what we saw against them last time. And this is something where the Dodgers literally just saw him 5 days ago. So I think this is one of those where, and you can flip that the other way too, because the Cubs just saw Julio Urias as well. And Julio Urias, in a losing effort, was not bad in that game. 5 2/3, 2 earned runs, 8 hits, 6 strikeouts. I think Urias has a good performance here. I think probably actually this game goes over the total. I think that both these pitchers are vulnerable to get hit because these two lineups just saw each other. I like the Dodgers in this game, though, on the -1 line.
Yeah, Dodgers run line. And you know how often we bet it, right? Barely ever. And I'm high on this Cubs team. I have them to win the division. So I really, really like this Cubs team. I'm on the Dodgers today. I just don't think it's a good spot for them. Julio Urias has been one of the more consistent pitchers in the MLB. He's only allowed 5 earned runs in 23 2/3 innings this year. He's been one of the best pitchers that we've seen so far. And he's one of the ones that flies under the radar. It's not a household name that everybody knows. The Scherzers, the Verlanders, the Corbin Burns, the Garrett Coles, he is not them. The Clayton Kershaws. He is not one of those big named players. And he kind of goes underlooked. And you get value betting him. I took the Dodger run lines around even money.
I like that. Yeah.
Nick, the Nugs only -2. It's too easy. Don't say that.
It does look too easy. I'm sorry. It does.
Yeah. But at the same time, they don't look good on the road.
I like this angle. How are the Nuggets' third quarter records? The T-Wolves could be. That's why I only want Minnesota in the first quarter. Maybe the first half.
That's fair.
That's the only time I want. Minnesota was the best first quarter team in the league this year.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah.
Might take a shot with the Nuggies. I like the Nuggies. Dodger online, yes. It's Nerfy Friday. Where's the best ones? We don't bet Nerfies. If I was to bet a Nerfy, I'm going to say Houston, Atlanta.
Say Miami.
I'll say San Diego, Arizona.
Ready? Here's the most. This should not be a Nerfy, but it will be a Nerfy. Yankees, Blue Jays.
Yes, there you go.
Kikuchi and Herman are somehow going to produce a Nerfy today.
Dodgers have regressed. It's been a rough start for them. They're 10-10 to start the year, but they're still going to make the playoffs. Cubs first 5. So. Them overperforming and Dodgers underperforming makes me want to stay away from this one. That's fair. Nuggets be looking good at home. I have to see what they do on the road. Pretty sure they'll win. I just want to see if they have any trouble. I think they'll be fine. So Dodgers 2.5. Sure. T-Wolves first half, Nuggets full game.
I agree with that. I think that's if I'm writing a game script in my head on how I would want to bet this game, I would want to take the Timberwolves first quarter. I want to take the Timberwolves first half, and I'll grab a live line with the Nuggets at plus money. Because I think that the T-Wolves will be winning at halftime, and you'll probably be able to get a good price on the Nuggets. That's my thought process behind that.
I don't hate it. I don't hate that approach. Pirates, Reds, Nerfy.
We'll get into that one next.
That'll be next game. I'm not sure about that one. Detroit Lenny always cashes us against the bookies. Dodger Blue. I like the over in the Nuggets game. Good morning. I like the over in the Nuggets game too. Let's go to this game. I'm actually going to go ahead and put up those 3 NBA plays, the totals that I like too.
Yeah. Pittsburgh Pirates and the Cincinnati Reds. The Pirates are -135. Total of 8 in this game. We getting Mitch, Helen Keller, and Graham Ashcraft. I kind of like this pitching matchup. Taking a look at the way the line has moved in this one, it opened up at Pirates minus 135, and it's actually moved up 8 cents to Pirates minus 143. So that's gonna get me off of my initial lean for this one. The line when we were looking last night dropped to minus 129. That's why I was initially leaning towards the Reds first 5 in this game. The total opened up at a 9 at minus 105, and it's dropped down to an 8.5. So the line's moved towards the under. Let's see if that correlates here. 78% of the tickets, 90% of the cash is on the Pittsburgh Pirates. That's an easy stay off for me. I have no interest in this Pirate. I have no interest in the Pirates with 90% of the money on them. Just something I'm not particularly interested in. And 57% of the tickets, 47% of the cash is on the over, and the line's dropped half a run to the under. I think this game could be an interesting first 5 under look. I think that would be my initial lean for this one. Now looking at it a little bit more would be first 5 under Cincinnati, Pittsburgh. First 5 under might be something that I come back to, which you can get that first 5 under at a 4.5 minus 113 on Bet Online. I don't hate that look. That's kind of where I'd go in this game. Would be the first 5 under. I like both these pitchers. So
praise the Jolly Roger. This is a Pittsburgh team that's been phenomenal this year. 13-7. Who had that?
I gave out their win total over. I never bet it, and I forgot to bet the National League props that I gave out, but I bet all my American League. But yeah, I would have been, if I bet my National League stuff, I would have been on the Pirates over.
If it's not broke, don't fix it. I'm going after Pittsburgh again. They've won 4 straight, 5 out of their last 6. They're winning games and scoring runs. I know I like Gary Ashcraft. I know I do. I really like this Pittsburgh team right now. I would take them run line because I'm not laying minus 145 on them. But this is a Pittsburgh team that I'm a big fan of right now. They've been making money, and I believe they are one of the most profitable teams in baseball at the moment.
Want to know who those
they're
are?
the second place. Only one ahead of them,
Brewers.
The Brewers. Top 5 right now. Brewers, Pirates, D-backs, Rays, Rangers.
How about the Rays 16-3 this year?
Yeah, they've been playing some good baseball. So not going to argue with that. That makes sense why they're up in the top 5. And also they're only up $500 if you bet them every single game now. Also, they are big favorites in a bunch of those games. But anyways, I like the Pirates in this one. I would have to run line it though at this point.
Yeah.
A bunch of comments. T-Wolves first half. Yes, I could see the T-Wolves in the first half. Nerfies today from Mr. Detroit Lenny is the Braves and the Astros, Reds and Pirates, Tigers and Orioles. I don't hate it. Pirates run line. Yes. First 5 under. Yes. I like both of these guys. I do too. But I like the Pirates right now. They're playing good baseball. Pirates money line. Yes. Ashcraft has been solid. He has been. But the Pirates have been really good. Padres, Mets, parlay. No. And the only reason why I say no, I'm on Arizona and Mr. Zach Gallen today. Never mind. I see under 8.5 right now on Bovada for the Reds game. It moved from a 9. And you should be liking that line movement then. That's fine. Pirates bats have been hot lately. They have been to start the year. Ashcraft due for regression. I do think he's probably due for a little bit of regression, but I still think he's solid enough. That was supposed to cover yesterday. It was. Them and D-backs have been the biggest surprises to me. I wish I could say the D-backs were a big surprise for me, but I got a ticket for them to win the division, so I don't see that as a surprise. McCutchen props. He's been on fire. Probably some good prices on home runner bases. Yeah, I would go after McCutchen. 100%. Took Rays yesterday. Run the plus 1.5. There you go. F. Zach Gallen. It's Seth Lugo day. Yeah, I miss Seth Lugo. I think he should have stayed in New York. I'm riding with your boy Zach Gallen today. At home, no brainer. I like our boy Zachy. Let's head to this game, Nick.
Yeah, I did make a move in this game as well. These only, and this will be the last play I've actually bet so far. I'm obviously going to be adding more to the card later. Oh, I saw an interesting thing real quick. Wow, a little bit of a change here. Olmark is not available tonight. It's going to be Jeremy Swayman in net for the Boston Bruins, and it's going to be Boosie as the backup goaltender. Where if he would make an appearance, it would be his NHL debut. So it's going to be Swayman in net. Swayman, kind of a big little bit of news there. I'm going to send that into my couple group chats here. Sorry, I felt like that was worth touching on. But we have the Tampa Bay Rays minus 160 total, 8.5 in this game. This line opened up at Tampa minus 165. It went up to 171 at one point. It's back down to 163. So it's a 2-point line move to the White Sox. Since the line is open. The line opened up at an 8.5. It's now up to a 9. And I got involved with this last night. At 8.5. We have 90% of the tickets, 94% of the cash is on Tampa Bay. I think the White Sox are live in this game. I do. We have 69% of the tickets, 76% of the cash is on the under. And the line's moved up half a run. I've already moved on the over 8.5 in this game. I do think that the White Sox can get to falter a little bit here, and Michael Kopech is batting practice sometimes. So I do think that this is a spot for me where I think we see runs. So I'm grabbing the over 8.5 in the spot.
Yeah, I'm on the over. It's a bullpen game for Tampa, which I feel like we say that every other game. It's a bullpen game for Tampa. It's a bullpen game for Tampa. That's all they do. And is Calvin Flauncher, has he pitched this year at all? Yeah, he's pitched a couple of games. 1 to 2 innings a game. He's been solid though. I will give him that. But it's 1 to 2 innings a game. And no, this is an over spot. And you get Michael Kopech, who's been awful this year. Michael Kopech was a guy that I did like. He's allowed 11 earned runs in 15 innings, though. And that I don't like. I like pitchers that don't give up runs. So I took the over in this one. I think Tampa could score. And I think that the White Sox can put up enough runs. I would lean White Sox in this game.
Yes, I would lean that way as well. I'm not betting it, though.
Just because after a really good start for the Tampa Bay, they've kind of they're not really regressing because they're
16-3. How have they regressed? They lost a couple games.
Sorry, they're 3-3 their last 6. So
come on, off with that.
They've gone down just a little bit, even though they've won their last 2 games 18-0.
Yeah, quit that.
It's against the Reds though. No, this is although I would lean towards the White Sox here. This one's a over for me.
Yeah.
Zach Gallen getting revenge for the past Padres where they touched him up. And the Padres still won that game. So there you go. White Sox plus 1.5. No, I'll just take the money line. I don't take the plus 1.5. I take 1.5 maybe on a parlay or something, but I don't. No. And I don't bet parlays that often. I have my homer parlay today. Bruins minus 1.5 now for sure. Have fun. I took this game and over 8.5 in the Rays. You took this game over. Yes, I got that. Sox haven't lost by a single run since the 11th. Every loss has been by multi-runs. But who are those losses to? Yeah. And Canes over 5 right now.
I would say if I had to bet the total in that game, I would bet for it to push. Like, I think this is a 3-2, 4-1 hockey game.
That's fair. Everyone looks like they regress after playing the Tigers and the Red Sox.
Don't talk crap about the Red Sox. They're 10-10. They're not bad. They're not a bad team this year. They're still last place in the American League East because they're just that good. The Red Sox are 14-6 over there. That's one thing interesting there.
Yeah. We'll head to the next game, Nick.
Yeah. We get our third one of the year, Tim. Are you excited?
Yep. No, I'm putting it up now as a free play. Let's do this.
Philadelphia Phillies, Colorado Rockies. The Phillies are minus 310. You know what that means. I don't even need to cap this game. You guys know where I'm going for it. Total 8.5 in this spot here. Let's take a look at the way the line has moved in this one. For this matchup, we have this line opened up at minus 240, and it has moved 68 cents all the way up to minus 308. The total opened up at 8.5 minus 125. It's now 8.5 minus 120. 86% of the tickets, 84% of the cash is on the Phillies. 49% of the tickets, 51% of the cash is on the over. Really no interest in any type of total for this game. But yesterday, the Phillies lost 5-0 to this Rockies team. And now they're minus 300 favorites. You guys know how I feel about minus 300 favorites. It is Aaron Nola. I will say that. And it's never pretty taking these bets because it's always a massive mismatch on the pitching or whatever fun jazz. But I am taking the Colorado Rockies first 5 full game split. My minus 300 fades are not 2-unit plays anymore. No, it's not a full unit on the first 5. It's not a full unit on the full game. You take your full unit, half unit each, first 5 full game. I'm going to take the Rockies first 5 plus 245, full game plus 273. There's no way the Phillies lose again, right? Now they're a null on the mound, right? The Rockies suck. There's no way they win 2 in a row on the road, right? Minus 300 fade today, Tim. It's 0-4 to start the year. I will, full disclaimer, it's 0-4 to start the year. But with that being said, if we win today, that all doesn't matter because we'd be profitable. We need to win 1 out of 3 with this strategy. And we're good.
Yep. Now, I will say there's been 2 games this year. Where there's minus 300 faves. In those games, the score is a combined 3-0. You had Washington lose 2-0 to the Angels, and you had Colorado lose 1-0 to Seattle. These games have been close. And now you're getting a minus 300 in Philadelphia, who has been dog shit this year. Yeah, no, I'm on there with you. Rockies, I got it at plus 273.
Yep.
Minus 300 fade. I like it. Let's keep rolling with it. Rockies on the money line. And I'm totally good with fading the Phillies. Because they even if they weren't a NL East division rival, they've been playing awful this year. So, yes, I like the minus 300 fade. Rockies.
Yes.
Rise can see a push in that Canes game.
I can see 2-2 overtime.
Yes, D-backs still won that game. Yes, they did. D-backs still won that game. What's up, boys? And good morning. Good morning. Couple of draws in the NHL tonight. Couple of draw plays in the NHL. Yeah, I got you. What draw tickets you got? I don't have any. Love a good old-fashioned minus 300 in the MLB. A dog spread is also plus money. And I looked up. I could not find plus 2.5 for the dogs on the site. But it is what it is. If you need tolerance for this, you don't need to be upset if it loses. Yeah, you need tolerance. Yeah, it is what it is.
You have to have thick skin. You have to be able to take a loss.
Yep. Surely, right? Rockies money line. Amish oil change play of the day.
Can you please send that clip to me? I wanted to use that because when you saw that, I saw that comment. I wanted to use that. Can you send that clip to me? Please?
Rockies money line. Yes. Rays money line in the under. No, I like the over. Orioles. I like the O's today. I would have to run line it. And the Dodgers. Yes, Dodgers. Met Rays in the over. I got you. Yes, over. I wish I was better at MLB betting. I can't win it. I can't pick a winner to save my life.
I can't right now either. MLB's off to a rough start for me. April's been terrible, but I'm going to be getting the model soon.
Remember the last time the Rays had a bullpen game? Chicago White Sox outright. I'm not talking you off of the White Sox. Let's ride. The Austin Matthews no goal has been cashed in the last 2 games for me.
And they scored 7 last night. By the way, they became the first team to give up 7 in game 1 and then turn around in game 2 and score 7 in NHL history.
That's impressive. I was looking at the over. Yeah, well, the problem is the minus 300 favorite games are 0-2 to the are 2-0 to the under, and they've scored a combined 3 runs. So be careful with that. So how do I put all these in a round robin? We straight bet these. We straight bet. Taking Rockies may be a genius or a fool. Maybe throw a unit.
Yeah, what's a unit, right?
Their bullpen last game was gross. It was. Me, Nick, and Tim will teach you. I'm not trying to teach people. I'm just trying to talk over the game, see what everybody thinks. Let's go to this game, Nick.
Yes. The New York Yankees are hosting the Toronto Blue Jays. The Yankees are on minus 125 favorites in this game. Total 8.5 in this one. Let's take a look at where the line has moved in this spot as we have Domingo Germán and Yusei Kikuchi, your pitching matchup here. This line opened up at Yankees minus 115. It's moved up 10 cents towards the Yankees. Okay, the money's kind of shifted since last night, but 56% of the tickets, 61% of the cash is on the Yankees. The line's moved towards the Yankees. And this line opened up at a 9, and it's dropped to an 8.5. 73% of the tickets, 79% of the cash is on the over, and this line has dropped half a run. Have we put up a play on this game already, Tim? Okay, we did. I do like the Yankee money line in this game, but this has the feel of one of those games where this game should soar over the total. With that being said, I like the first 5 under in this game. I'm writing that down as a potential ad. Toronto, New York, first 5 under. Just because these two pitchers should get lit up, but the market's not telling me that. This has the feel of the most obvious over on the board, and I'm going to fade that here. I think I'm going to grab the under in this game.
You know what? I think it's so gross, it might just hit.
This has the game feel where I feel like a lot of people are going to be on the over. It's gone from a 9 to an 8.5, and for no reason, this game's going to be 3-2 heading into the 8th. No reason at all.
I'll ride with you. I'm taking it now. I'm on the Yankees in the under. It's so that I feel like, and this is one of your shout out to what's his name from
Razor.
Shout out to Razor. Gambler's first glance.
Yes, this is definitely Gambler's first glance play.
This is an over. Oh, over. Under. I'd be surprised if he doesn't have it today. And the Yankees. I think this has got the 2-1 type of game written all over it, and it's so gross. I feel like that's the play. Let's grab it under and the Yankees today. It's just one of those line things because didn't this open up at a 9?
Yeah,
it opened up at a
9, and it's dropped.
There you go. I feel like Johnny Coffee Cake when betting the MLB. If you get that joke, you're old enough. I don't get it. Pass. Fair. Just don't tail the neutral way. Dude, he only comes into our chats when we lose. We never see him comment on a winning video. We haven't had many of them lately anyway, but I took the game over. Nope. I think this game's going to hit 8 and may not lose by the hook. I easily see this one being 5-3. Yeah. Over for Jays. I think the Cooch has a good game. The over will come from the Jays bullpen, and offense will be on Germán. I'm going to be on the under.
I disagree with that, and I think with my play here, I'm taking the Jays bullpen completely out of the mix. with the first 5 under for me.
There you go. Pass. I like the under when the Yankees are minus 150 or lower. Last year trended towards under total. That's not a bad look. We still have a lot of games to talk about.
Yeah, Baltimore Orioles and the Detroit Tigers. Orioles minus 170 favorites, total of 9 in this game. Let's take a look at the way the line has moved in this one here. Line opened up at minus 171, and it went down at one point. No, it went up to minus 181, and it's come back down to 171. So no line movement since the opening line. And the total opened up at a 9. It dropped to an 8.5. It's back up to a 9. We have 89% of the tickets, 94% of the cash is on the Orioles. And the lines moved none. The line moved up a little bit in the beginning, but it's come back down. And we have 67% of the tickets, 76% of the cash is on the over. Line opened up at a 9, it dropped down. Or the under, my bad. A line opened up at 9, dropped down. I feel like the Tigers' first 5 is the look in this game for me. And this Tigers team, obviously, I don't trust them full game. Their bullpen is one of the worst in baseball. It's improved a little bit. It's 19th now. I remember it was a bottom 5 bullpen like a couple of days ago. I think the Tigers' first 5 is an interesting look. Don't know if I'm going to get involved with it, but that would be my lean.
No, I like the Orioles run line. It's just an Orioles team that I've been backing a bunch this year. I'm high on this Baltimore team. They've been scoring runs. They've won 4 out of their last 5 and 6 out of their last 8. They're 11-7 to start the year. They've been really, really solid. And it's a Tigers team I will give the Tigers credit. They've been playing some better baseball. I believe they won, 4 out of their last 5? 5 out of their last 6 games, including taking a series from the Cleveland Guardians. So they've been playing some good baseball lately. I'm really high on this Orioles team. I got the Orioles raw line. You can get it at, I think, plus money. Trying to remember what I got it at. Baltimore. I can't find this line. There it is. Plus 115. Give me Baltimore. I like the Orioles today. I like them every day, but that's not the point. Did you guys go over the Miami game? No, I don't think so yet. Not yet. I think that one comes up soon. It's Bronx Tale movie reference YouTube dice game scene. I'll look it up. Orioles, yes. Do you think Kawhi plays game 4? I sure hope so. Yeah. Let's go O's. Go O's. Sorry, Detroit Lenny. Orioles run line. Yes. Orioles. Speaking of that Miami game, Nick.
Yeah. This is a game I do have an interest in. The Miami Marlins are at the Cleveland Guardians. Guardians minus 125. Total 7.5 in that game. Let's take a look at the way the line has moved in this game. We'll look at the money coming in on this game. Zach Plesac and Braxton Garrett's your pitching matchup here. This line opened up at minus 130 for the Guardians. It went all the way up to minus 138 at one point. It's now down to a minus 125. The total in this game opened up at an 8.5. It's gone down to an 8, and it's now at a 7.5. So it's dropped a full run. We have 73% of the tickets, 63% of the cash is on the Guardians, yet the lines move towards the Marlins. And we have 93% of the tickets and 98% of the cash is on the under. The lines dropped a full run. So that makes sense. The line movement makes sense with this one. And I would expect this game to go under the total. Am I betting that? No. I'm interested in Miami in this game. I'm interested in Miami in the first 5 innings. I don't want to take Miami full game because they have a middle-of-the-line bullpen. Their bullpen's not terrible, but they're going up against a top 10 bullpen, number 8 in the league, according to XFIP and the Cleveland Guardians. So I do think the bullpen advantage does go to Cleveland in this spot. But I think Miami first 5 is a decent look in this game.
I'm on the Marlins. I like Braxton Garrett, and this is a Cleveland team that I'm not necessarily too high on. This is a Miami team that's playing some good baseball, Nick. They're over 500, 10-9 right now to start the year. They just won 2 out of 3 from San Fran, 2 out of 3 from Arizona, and 2 out of 3 from Philly. So they've won their last 3 series. And they do it with pitching. So I do like the under in this game too. I kind of do. And this is a Cleveland team that's coming off of losing a series to Detroit. They've lost 3 out of their last 4. They barely won the last game. It's just a spot. I like the fish. I know it might be one of your, public dogs. I like Miami in this game. I think they get the win in this one.
I like it.
Teams that ruined Corbin Day deserve to lose the next series. Facts. Marlins money line.
Yeah.
Yes. What do you guys pick for the Knicks and Cleveland for money line? Personally, I'm on Cleveland, Knicks on New York.
I didn't bet it though. I like New York to win the series. That's kind of my thought process behind that.
I agree. Untouchable. We need a new Patrick Corbin.
His name is Patrick Corbin.
Yeah.
Don't hop off the train quite yet.
Cleveland has been struggling too. Yeah, they have been. Give me the fish. Yes, fish. Do you have any interest in this one, Nick?
This is going to be an interesting game. The Houston Astros are at the Atlanta Braves. What felt like everybody's prediction for the World Series this year. Braves are minus 115, total of 9 in this game. Hunter Brown and Bryce Edler is your pitching matchup here. Line opened up at minus 115 for the Braves. It's dropped 3 cents towards the Astros. It's now minus 112 for the Braves. So slight line movement towards the Braves. 59% of the tickets, 58% of the cash is on the Braves, though. So bit more money and more tickets are on the Braves. The lines moved 3 cents towards the Astros. Kind of interesting there. 71% of the tickets, 68% of the cash is on the under. The line's gone from a 9. It dropped down to an 8.5. It's back up to a 9. So actually the lines moved slightly towards the over because it's now minus 103 for the over 9. It opened up at plus 105 for the over 9. For me, I'm kind of interested in the Astros in this game. I think the Astros are a decent look in this spot. And it would be, you could probably trust either of these teams full game. These are 2 of the top 7 bullpens in baseball, according to XFIP. With the Braves being 6 and the Astros being 7. I would need to figure out whether I would want to approach this game first 5 or full game. I will write the Astros down as a potential ad for today. Don't know if I'm going to get to it, but it's Astros or nothing for me in this spot.
Yeah, the big thing for me, I know it's still the Houston Astros. You get an Astros team that's under 500 right now, on the road in Atlanta, and it's a pick'em. I just feel like this is a little bit too short of a line. I think the Braves should be a bigger favorite. And when it comes to that, I'll take Hunter Brown and the Astros. I got him at plus 102. I think that this could be your bounce back series for the Houston Astros to try to get them set up the right way. Because they do have
very much like that.
Yeah, they do have Atlanta for 3, and then Tampa, Philly, and San Fran, and then Seattle. So they have 5 big series in a row. I think this is their series that they start getting things rolling. I think Houston ends up winning the series. They could have a chance. I'll even say to sweep the series against the Braves. I think this is their big moment to try to get on the right page. I'll take the Astros.
Mm-hmm. Another notification here. For the 3rd straight game, Bergeron is out.
Oh, no. Like the under in the Knicks game. Yes. Braves are too obvious. Darn, I read that quick. I thought you said obnoxious. I'd be like, yes, I agree. But you said obvious. Stars money line. Yes. Odds are great for the Braves. They're slightly better team metrics-wise. Yeah, then they should be a bigger favorite at home. We don't get one yet. 423 is where Corbin remembers who he is.
Hopefully.
Braves
Corbin's
are good at
not
home.
been good. Just the starting pitching against him has been bad.
Yeah. Braves are good at home, or I'd be on the Stros. Yeah, I'm on the Stros. Possible World Series matchup. No, I don't think the Braves make the World Series.
No.
It may be close game. Astros have not been looking good, honestly. Exactly. That's what everybody sees. You get a pick'em game between a Braves team that's got the best record in baseball at the moment, 14-5, against a Astros team that's 9-10 that hasn't been looking good.
National League. Not
Oh,
baseball.
sorry, I forgot about the Rays. Bryce is becoming elder. I mean, Bryce Elders look good. I will say that. Honestly, it's still early in the season, though. It is, yes. Braves' home record this season is great so far. I don't think Astros are the team to lower it, but it could go either way. I will say
wrong. They're 4-3 at home this year. They're 11-2 on the road,
and they're 0-7 on the run line.
Yeah, 10-2 on the road. My bad. 4-3 at home. 0-7 on the run line. They've not been good at home.
If you think the Braves should be bigger favorites, don't that mean you think they're more probable to win the ball game? I think yes, but at the same time, I play the lines. If I think a team should be a bigger favorite, something's an alarm bell is going off in my brain saying, why aren't they bigger favorites? They're probably not winning this game. That's just me, though. Yeah, it's Mets and O's for the World Series. I like that. Give me Mets and O's.
Orioles don't even make the playoffs.
Shut up, Nick. We don't need that negative energy. We'll go to this one, which is going to be – this one should be almost a playoff matchup, Nick.
Oh, yeah. We have the best team in baseball right now, the Oakland Athletics.
Oh, God.
Surprisingly, Texas is better than I thought they would be to start the year. They're 12-6 to start the year against 3-16 Oakland Athletics. And unfortunately, DeGrom's injured, unless we would have had potentially a minus 300 fade when the Rangers would be minus 400 at home against the Athletics with DeGrom on the mound. And looking at this spot for me, or looking at this game, this line opened up at minus 201 for the Rangers. It did go down to minus 190 at one point, and it's back up to 201. Opened up at an 8.5 at even money. It's dropped down half a run to 8. So it's dropped half a run. Let's see if the money correlates with that here in this matchup. As we have 97% of the cash and 99% of the money is on the Texas Rangers. Line's not moved.
No.
The line is not moved.
No.
Just putting that one out there.
No.
And this line opened up at, what was the total? What did I say for the total here? It opened up at an 8.5. It's actually gone down to an 8. Line's dropped, but 56% of the tickets, 69% of the cash is on the under. So that makes sense. I'm staying off this game. If I had to bet it, Oakland first 5. If I had to bet it, Oakland first 5. No play for me now.
It's an over. It's an over for me in this game.
Why is this line dropped?
I don't care. This is this is an A's team that has a historically high ERA to start the year. It is ugly what this pitching staff has done. Hold on, let me pull that up real quick. Let me see how bad their ERA is this year. Pitching stats, ERA, 7.71 ERA for the Oakland Athletics this year. Yikes. To give you an idea, that is 2.2 higher than the next worst ERA, which is the Colorado Rockies at 5.51. Holy. And to give you an idea, the difference between Colorado and Oakland at 2.21 is about the same as the Tampa Bay Rays, which is number 1 in the league. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. It's about the same as 20th. 1 to 20 is the difference. The difference between the number 1 ERA and the number 20 is the same as the number 29 and number 30. This Oakland team has been awful this year. And I'm taking the over in this game. Until they prove to me that they can't score, or they can't not score, but they can't stop offenses, Yeah, it's overs for me blindly in Oakland games over the 8.
Gotcha. What I'm hearing is Athletics Rockies moneyline parlay. Cool.
No. Bet lines, not teams. Yes. The line makers is just a person too, but the insider information. Sort of, yeah. Don't get emotional. Correct. Look how many times they got the Pirates line wrong. Yeah, but I've been high on the Pirates and I've been cashing on them. Emotional bets equal piss. Yeah. Rangers run line in the over. Sure. I like the over. Very true. It's justified. Power Rangers. Have fun. Oh, dare I donate on the O's money line? No. What is more profitable, scratch off tickets or A's money line? I believe scratch off tickets.
Yes. The Oakland Athletics are the least profitable team in baseball this year.
I believe taking your money and setting on fire might be more profitable than betting the Oakland Athletics.
Right on the Oakland Athletics.
I took the over. I took the
Rangers.
Rangers, got it. If you're taking the A's this game, you're trying to make a cute play. This is also – oh, no, it's not Nathan. It's Richie who's the Texas Rangers. Rangers putting up football numbers. Are they, though?
They're going to regress. And shocker, DeGrom's hurt.
Yeah.
I mean, I wish we could have seen that one coming, right?
This is like the big brother beating the shit out of the little brother. Correct. Let's head to this game.
Yes. The Boston Red Sox, who haven't been as bad as people thought so far this season, are taking on the Milwaukee Brewers. The Brewers are $1.65, total of 8.5 in this game. Let's take a look at how the line has moved in this one. Let's find the game here. Come on, Nick, find the game. Milwaukee, there we go. This line opened up at a minus 161. It's moved 3 cents towards the Milwaukee Brewers in this one here. And let's take a look where the money is coming in on this one. 73% of the tickets, 66% of the cash is on the Brewers. The line's moved 3 cents towards them. 85% of the tickets are on the under. 92% of the cash is on the under. The line's moved 4 cents towards the over. I think we could see some runs in this game potentially. Freddie Peralta, Nick Pivetta is your pitching matchup for this one here. I lean over the total in this one. I think that would be my lean in this game, but no play for me at the moment.
I kind of lean Milwaukee. I like Freddie Peralta. He's been, although he got hit up his last time, his first 2 starts were solid. Against the Cardinals and the Mets, he went 12 innings, 1 earned run, 6 walks, 6 hits, 14 strikeouts. He was solid against them, and they got blown up for 5 earned runs, 9 hits, and 5 innings, 5 strikeouts against the Padres. So I do like Freddie Peralta. Nick Pivetta is not somebody I trust, although he's got very similar numbers because he had a really good first start and then got blown up his second start. It is what it is. I like Milwaukee in this one. Really good to start the year. So 14-5 to start the year. Really, really impressive. But I would lean towards Milwaukee in this one too. Who's not going to regress? Which team is off to a hot start that's not going to regress? Atlanta's not going to regress. Atlanta won't regress.
The teams that won't regress?
I don't think Chicago regresses.
I don't think Minnesota regresses. I think Minnesota wins that division.
I don't think the Mets regress. I think they have a good year. I don't think Arizona regresses. I think they have a good year.
I think teams have gone off to a slow start. I think Baltimore regresses a little bit as well. They're 11-7 right now. Teams that start off slow that I think are just going to be just fine. Houston, who is 9-10, I think will be just fine.
Yep.
St. Louis, who are 8-11, I think will be just fine.
Nope.
And Phillies and Dodgers, I would say.
I don't think the Phillies are going to be good this year. Dodgers, I will say, I think they'll get better, but I still think
I'm not saying the Phillies are going to be good this year, but they're not going to be an under 500 team. They're going to win 80 to 83 games, I think, the Phillies this year.
I think that's being generous.
Really?
Slaughter spot for Milwaukee right here. I don't know. Oh, no, I sorry. Yes, I kind of like Milwaukee tonight. Did I bet it? No. Brewers run line lean. Yeah, it's a lean. That's who I need. Twins run line. I think the Pirates stay hot. I don't think they'll stay hot for long. I think they'll win games. I think they'll be about 74, 75 wins, Pirates. But I still think they finish under 500 this year. Bold take. Really, Nick? Come on. Leave the Alpha O's alone. Yeah, the Orioles are going to have a good year, Nick. Just let it happen. We get this matchup, which is yeesh.
Minnesota Twins, a team I really like this year, taking on the Washington Nationals, a team that, no surprise, I don't. And I probably would have taken them under 59.5 wins. Let's take a look at the way the line has moved. This line opened up in minus 195. It has moved dramatically towards the Minnesota Twins, up to minus 133. So a 38-cent line movement towards the Minnesota Twins. 90% of the tickets, 96% of the cash is on the Twins money line. 95% of the tickets, 97% of the cash is on the run line. 88% of the tickets, 95% of the cash is on the over, and the line opened up at an 8, and it's down to a 7.5. I can see this game going under the total. I think that this is an interesting spot maybe for a first 5 under. Tyler Mahle and Trevor Williams. Mahle is somebody who pitches better at home than he does on the road. If I remember right, he's a pitcher with pretty significant home road splits. He's been decent this year. Actually, his one bad game's been on the road in Houston, where he gave up 4 runs and 8 hits in 6 innings, which I don't know if you consider that a bad start. He only gave up 2 earned runs against the Yankees in Yankee Stadium last start. He gave up 1 run against the Marlins in his first start. I kind of like Mahle. Just a lean there, maybe towards the first 5 under. I think potentially could be an interesting look, but at the moment, it's no play for me.
I was this close to betting Washington.
I'm going to write it down as a lean, though.
If there's a pitcher I trust on it, I kind of like Trevor Williams. He's been solid.
If there's a pitcher I trust on Washington, it's Josiah Gray.
That or Mackenzie Gore, but I do like Trevor Williams. I think he's a underrated pitcher. He's pitched in 15 innings this year. He's only allowed 6 earned runs, which on a Nationals team is not terrible. But am I pulling the trigger on it? No. This one ends up being a pass for me. I don't need to go diving deep into this one. This one's kind of an ugly game.
Yeah, I can understand that.
Oh, well, have to go with Disco Fonte today. No. Twins run line. It would have to be Twins run line if you're. I like the under 5. Nats can't score, and Williams is sort of good this year. I can see it. We'll head to this game, Nick.
Yeah, this one almost hit it. I'm glad it didn't because I'm tired of this freaking baseball team on the road right here.
Why are you tired of them on the road? They're actually won 75% of the games.
I'm tired of the road team.
Yeah.
That's it. I have their win total under, and I've bet them way too much this year. I don't get why I do that. That being said, this line opened up at minus 280. It's now minus 275. So we may not get the minus 300 fade, which is nice. I don't feel like betting this freaking Royals team. 92% of the tickets, 97% of the cash is on the Angels. They should win this game. 69% of the tickets, 72% of the cash is on the under. The lines moved 12 cents towards the over, which tells me that they think that both these pitchers can get lit up. They think Ohtani can get hit a little bit in this game, and that Clark is going to get lit up. I can see an over in this game. What is the who do you call it done so far this year for when it comes to totals wise? I feel like the Royals have been playing overs. If I'm not mistaken. They're 7-3 of the over in their last 10 games. They're 11-8 to the over overall this year. They're 1-12 at home. They have won a home game.
Good for them.
Yeah. I think this game lends itself to an over. I think that this game, if I had to bet anything in this game, it's an over. But not a game I don't. I'm gonna write down the over just as something to look a little bit deeper into. Don't know if I'm gonna bet though.
Yeah, I don't feel like I need to get involved in this one either. This is an ugly game. It's borderline. I don't want to say 1-800, but this is a Royals team that's really going to be bad this year. And at the end of the day, I don't need to go after this one. The line's so big because of Shohei Ohtani, and that is the only reason why it is so high. This one ends up being a stay away from me. Not even looking at this game anymore. First 5 under and the Angels and first 5 under and Angels run line. I don't want the back them full game because their bullpen sucks. That's fair. Ohtani K props as usual. Why not? 3 games left, Nick.
Yeah, the San Diego Padres and the Arizona Diamondbacks in this next matchup here. We got the game at a pick'em with a total of 9 in this spot. Let's take a look at the way the lines moved in this game. Seth Lugo, Zach Gallen. This line opened up at -105 for the Padres. It did go to plus money. Now it's -109. I'm not calling this a dog to a favorite because they didn't open up as a dog. With that system, you have to open up as a dog and go to a favorite. So the lines moved 4 cents towards the towards the Padres since the line is opened. Interesting line move here. Line opened up at a 9. It's dropped down to an 8.5. It's back up to a 9. 86% of the tickets, 89% of the cash is on the under. So the line's moved up, even though the money's coming in on the under, which kind of lends me towards them suggesting that these pitchers can get hit today. Suggesting Lugo and Gallen might get hit, which I can see. I'm kind of leaning more towards the over than the original thought for this game, which was the Diamondbacks for me. 60% of the tickets and 57% of the cash is on the Diamondbacks, yet the line's moving towards the Padres, which is rather concerning. I know we already put up the Diamondbacks on the site, so I'm not going to be betting the Padres, but I'm staying off the Diamondbacks here.
Yeah, I like the D-backs. Back in my boy Zach Gallen. Yeah, that total's gone up. It opened up 8.5. Now it's up to 9.5. I see.
Yeah.
So I can see the over. I wouldn't be opposed to putting that up as well. But this is an Arizona spot. I really do like the Diamondbacks. The Padres got their win yesterday with Fernando Tatis Jr.'s return. Woo! Good for them. Yeah, no, give me the Arizona Diamondbacks tonight. I think it's a bounce back spot for them. This is a Diamondbacks team that I really do like this year. So I'll go ahead and back them again here. Give me the D-backs. Don't mind that. Yeah. 2-teamer for today. Colorado and Arizona. Colorado. I like Colorado, but geez. All right. Let's jump into this game, Nick.
Yeah, St. Louis Cardinals and the Seattle Mariners. Mariners -125 favorites, total of 8 in this game. And woof, yeah. Let's take a look at the way the lines moved in this game. I have a feeling I like the doggo in this spot. Steven Matz, George Kirby, your pitching matchup here. Line opened up at -125 for the Mariners. It's dropped 6 cents. It's now -119. This line opened up at an 8 -115. It's now 8 -110. 71% of the tickets, 62% of the cash is on the over. Yet it's dropped 5 cents towards the under, which suggests they think that they could have a good start. Both pitchers, Matz and Kirby. And the way the lines moved, 74% of the tickets and 84% of the cash is on the Mariners, which makes me think the books think that Matz is going to have a good start, more specifically than just Kirby, because the lines move towards the Cardinals. The money's coming in on the Mariners. I like the Cardinals in this spot. I think the Cardinals have underperformed so far to start the year, and we're going to see them start playing better. I know Steven Matz is not the most trustworthy pitcher to back, but I'm looking at St. Louis in this game.
Yeah, there's not. I'm not going after Steven Matz. I know he's the Long Island boy, and we used to former Met and all that good stuff. No, thank you. This is still a Cardinals team that has got a good offense. Their pitching sucks. So I lean towards an over in this game. Did I touch it? No. I kind of lean Seattle as well. I think Seattle is the better team. I am not high on who do you call it this year. I am not high on the Cardinals this year. I'm high on Seattle. I'm not high on the Cardinals. So I would lean Seattle in this game. At the end of the day, didn't bet it. Brewers, you can see the over. Yeah, I can as well. Mariners money line, Mariners run line. Either one works. Mariners minus 130 right now. 65% of the bets, 70% of the handle on the Mariners. That's fair. Let's head to the final game of the day, Nick.
Yes, the New York Mets are at the San Francisco Giants. Giants minus 110 favorites in this game with a total of 9 in this spot. Let's take a look at where the line has moved to this one. It's actually moved up now. It's minus 115. It opened up at minus 120 for the Giants, though, and now it's minus 115. So it's a 5-cent line move since the opening line towards the New York Mets. This line opened up at an 8.5, minus 115. It's gone up half a run to 9 at plus money. 73% of the tickets, 60% of the cash is on the over, which explains the line movement there. 64% of the tickets and 69% of the cash is on the Mets, which explains the line movement there. So this is a spot here where I stayed completely off in this one. It was an easy pass for me.
Yeah, it would be a lean towards the Giants, if anything. I will say I did put the Mets in my homer parlay. I'll be honest there. I did do that. But I'm not actually betting them seriously today. I think this could be a bad spot for them. But it is
Lucucci.
It is Lucucci, who hasn't pitched. I believe this is his first start. Since the Tommy John surgery in 2021. So that's the main reason why I'm staying away from this game. Maybe an over, because I could see the Mets hitting against Desclafani. But this one ends up being a pass for me to end this slate.
Fair.
Oh, WTF. Yeah, I know we're running a little late today. We're almost 2 hours in. And of course, Colorado, Mountaintop, Cross Sport, Sprinkle, Colorado, Denver, Golden, Rocky Nuggets. Let's get it. Over, lean, Mets run line might pass. Who's that Mets pitcher? It's Lucucci, and he hasn't pitched since 2021. Morning, Twins. Morning, guys. Morning, Beheadity. Welcome to the stream. For us to recap. Because that's everything for today, Nick. Good work getting through this entire humongous slate. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys leave a like, comment, subscribe, share, do all that good stuff. We appreciate all the support. Check out all links in the description below. Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, Discord, Facebook, picks and parlays, premium plays. Stuff coming out of the printer. Okay, then. Why are we doing this? Anyways, check out all the stuff in the link in the description below. Here's your week pass for $49 over on the pick parlays. Over on the Earle Sports Bets website. So check that out. Check out Ballin Out with Tim Earle. That's on the Picks and Parleys YouTube channel as well. All that good stuff. You guys can check it out. All linked in the description down below. Dylan is a prick. Go Memphis. Screw the Lakers. LO, yippee. Bruins versus Oilers calling it. Wow.
Everybody's predicting.
Everyone's predicting. Wow. There you go. Enjoy your wine. It actually wasn't wine. It was Coca-Cola vanilla and smeared off whipped vodka. And that was from last night that I fell asleep and didn't finish. Oh my God, LOL 420 yesterday. Recap for today. Hawks, Cavs, Denver, Dodgers, Pirates, over in White Sox, Rockies, Yanks, over in Yanks, Baltimore, Miami, Houston, Arizona, and I lead Seattle.
Yeah, Dodgers -1 is where I'm starting my day. I've already bet the White Sox over, and then I got the Islanders and the Panthers. I am looking at these are some plays. I was reading the chat. and trying to talk at the same time. These are the plays I'm probably going to look to add. Follow me on Twitter. I post all my plays on Twitter. I'm looking at the Reds Pirates first 5 under 4.5. The Rockies split bet first 5 full game is going to be a play for me. Yankees, Blue Jays first 5 under 4. Marlins first 5. Hawks first quarter. Astros first 5. Nationals first 5 under. Wild money line. Royals, Angels over. Diamondbacks, Padres over. Oilers -1 and Cardinals. That's kind of where I'm looking at for the day.
There you go. That's going to do it for this episode of the Earle Sports Bet Show. Very interesting drink. Yes, I like it. Good luck. Have fun, guys. A's suck. Yep. Pirates money line. Yep. Mad Max is going to get suspended. Yeah, he got suspended for 10 games for using rosin and sweat. We're not getting into that. That's going to do for today. Join us on the Picks and Parleys show, Bet, Win, Repeat at 1 o'clock with me, Nick, and Mr. Detroit Lenny. We'll see you guys then. Peace out.